Warning. Gory Storytime is a horror movie review show by a son and his dad who thought that letting his 5-year-old watch scary movies was acceptable. If you are offended by horror or talk about blood and gore by a child, or if you don't want horror movies from the 60s through today spoiled, then there is a remote stuck in your couch cushion next to potato chip crumbs. Use it. And of course, parental discretion is advised.
Why? You didn't use any.
Shut up and start the show.
Welcome to Gory Storytime. I'm your host, Jason.
I'm his co-host and his father, Craig, and this is the movie review show.
Where we movie review horror movie reviews.
Well, no, we did that in the 100th episode. We did review our show, so we did review a review.
Look at us.
And if you don't believe me, go to factdate.com and you can find that, or you can go on my YouTube and it's there. And
after watching this episode, of course.
oh, of course, because this one's going to be amazing.
Quality.
Aren't they all? Aren't they all?
Sure.
Anyway, this week, the movie we're reviewing on our movie review show where we review movies
It's called
Breaking In.
Breaking In.
Don't let the poster fool you. It's not called Payback as a Mother.
I actually thought that at first. Well, no, like when I saw the trailer, it didn't say Breaking In.
It's all right. I tried typing it up to look up some information, and it kept trying to correct me to Breaking Bad, and I'm like, no.
Definitely not Breaking Bad.
Very different thing,
Also good.
but not this.
Not this at all.
And not really horror, so we won't be reviewing that television show on, what is it again? Oh, yeah, a movie review show.
Where we review movies.
Anyway, basic premise.
People break into a house that have people inside the house.
No.
And then stuff happens.
Well, she goes to a house that was left to her by her estranged father.
Yes.
And while she's there cleaning it out, people who think that there's something in the house show up to take that
the
stuff
thing.
and find people. And she gets all mad when they tie up her children and lock them in rooms and stuff.
And try to kill her. Yeah.
And, well, yeah, she gets really mad about the, attempted murder of her and her children.
It's real weird.
I know. She's one of those sensitive types.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we mock this any further, let's play the trailer.
You broke into the wrong house.
I know this is not how you wanted to spend your weekend, but guess what? Me neither.
She was supposed to see her boyfriend.
Whatever, he's not my boyfriend.
Then why did he make you a playlist filled with sex songs?
Oh my God, shut up, Mom.
A whole playlist.
You grew up here?
Why are you selling it?
That's what you do when someone passes away.
Check it out. Fully automated security system. Windows have retractable shields. This place is a fortress.
I guess some people get paranoid in their old age. What were you trying to hide, Dad?
I just want to say again how sorry I was to hear about your father.
I just want to make it through the weekend and come home.
Mom?
I swear to God, if you're hiding something.
You are a woman, alone at the mercy of strangers.
What do you want?
We want something in the house.
I will do anything to protect my kids.
Do exactly what I say, or you and your kids will not survive this night. Do you understand?
Yo!
She's gone. Find her.
She took out the lights.
She's smart. But we have her kids. Now, she's desperate.
I'm just a mom. You have no clue what I'm capable of.
She's in the house. This isn't gonna work. You're done.
You know this.
You broke into the wrong house.
All right. Now, before we get into all the amazing,
Behind the
vast
scenes.
knowledge of behind the scenes that we found in our research, we have to give a shout out to our sponsors. See, we played the trailer for the movie, but now we need to do some commercials.
Right.
Because, see, people around town wonder, where do you get your fat stacks of cash? It's these ads here for actual things that exist.
Oh, wait, I forgot.
There we go. For example, this week, our checks are going to be coming because we're referring to these specific items. Gory Storytime is brought to you by Deja Vu Studios, the movie studio that watches great movies, changes minor details, and films that version. Did you like it? Then you should see our version, Space Murder Clown. Did you enjoy Forrest Gump? Then you would also like Lucky Tard. Some of our other titles include Sergeant Canada, Three Guys and a Kid, Evening of the Animated Deceased, and of course, Billy and That Place Where They Make Candy. That's Deja Vu Studios, where we make you say, I think I've seen this.
And by estrangedfamily.com, the website that helps you hunt down long-lost family members. Did your asshole of a father go out for cigarettes in 97 and never come back? Did your teenager yell he hates you and run away, never to be heard from again? Estrangedfamily.com is the quickest way to find them available. Find that long-lost sibling that was disowned for their sexuality, or maybe your rich grandfather that wants to leave your haunted house, your haunted house to whichever grandchild can spend an entire night inside. That's estrangedfamily.com. Find that black sheep today.
All right.
Yeah.
Seems like a helpful website. Now, the one thing that we can say that's a fact about this is that on Rotten Tomatoes, the people have it at 31%, which is pretty low for this type of movie for the people.
Yes.
What do the critics
The
have
critics
it at?
have it at a 26%.
Which is common that it would be lower than the people for a horror movie, but both of these are on the low end of people liking it.
Right.
We did our due diligence. There is almost zero information about this movie online. There is like a YouTube video of behind the scenes, but it's just footage of them like behind the scenes. It's like a camera watching the camera film them. That doesn't really give you the information that you'd be looking for. I mean, no one even put Gabrielle Union was in, this movie, or hey, the bad guy, the leader of the bad guys, he was the dad from Twilight. Like, none of those.
It wasn't like, oh, you might recognize blah, blah, blah from blah, blah. It had nothing about anything or anyone. So that's it.
So instead, we're just going to give you a list of similar movies about, people home invading people that are better.
Much better. Much, much, much better.
So here's our 10 movies that are about home invasions that are better than Breaking In. I will start. Fear. Not the whole movie, but it's a major, major part at the end.
Yes.
The Marky Mark film, Fear.
Yes. Now, should we go in depth on this? Or?
Yeah, we can talk about it a little bit since it's not like we have...
We've reviewed Fear, so it's not like we're spoiling anything for anyone who's kept up with the show. But Fear is a great movie, in my opinion at least. And it has Marky Mark being...
Which he hates being called.
Yes. Being a creepy
But
ass.
he's a piece of crap that, caused someone to lose sight in an eye from stomping him in the head because he was a different race. But, he gets Oscars and people love him and think he's a great guy because he's a liberal.
Well,
But this show isn't political, so I should have saved that for another show.
Yes.
What's the next one on the list?
Hush.
That one's great. It involves a blind older man. Wasn't he blind?
Deaf.
I thought
woman in the middle of the woods.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking of the other one that we're going to get to after that one. Yes, Hush is the deaf woman
Yes.
that someone kills her neighbor in a home invasion and then,
Home invades her,
yeah,
and then
murdering her friend right out in front of her window, and she doesn't notice because she's deaf.
right, and then deaf girl does some ass kicking of her own.
Yes.
Cut. End of movie.
Now the one I meant, Don't Breathe.
About a blind veteran.
Yes, who rumor has it he has a bunch of money in the house, so people break in to try to steal it. You can see why I would say it's very similar to this, because there was something in the house that the people went in to try to steal.
Sudden twist, he actually doesn't have money. He's got sex slaves.
Single,
sex slave.
and it happened, spoiler alert, to be the woman who killed his child in a car accident.
Yes.
So he has her there to impregnate her so that she can replace his child. And
'Cause
then
that's how it works.
Then he'll let her go.
Right.
Yeah. There was some grossness in that movie, but it was really good.
The Purge, the first one.
Not the movie called The First Purge, but
The first
movie called The Purge.
Right.
Definitely
Because it
a
was
home invasion.
Home invasion movie with all of the things that make a good home invasion movie. They've got masked villains that want to come into your house and
People that
kill
are
people.
someone that was inside that was already looking to harm someone, if you
Yep.
remember. Like there was a lot of good twists and turns,
a good security system
and it set up a
Guns.
whole series of movies.
and a show, and there's just a bunch of stuff now.
Some of those movies certainly happened.
And
But this movie was great.
Other ones were awesome, right?
I'm gonna say The Strangers.
Yes.
The Strangers, we've reviewed that on this show. There is a sequel. We watched 10 minutes of it, 15 minutes of it,
Yeah,
and then
and then
you
you
had to
fell
go to bed
asleep.
because I'm tired.
No, it was the opposite.
Dad,
this
it's
time.
8:30 at night. I'm tired.
It was the opposite.
No,
this
because I
time.
mocked you mercilessly about it.
No, because we were trying to watch the dark web, and you said, "Wah, I can't read it."
Well, no.
So we switched over to the other thing at
Yeah, because
11
on my
at night.
big ass screen, the lettering was like this, and I'm like, I didn't know I had to like crawl up to the thing. Even you were missing some of what it was saying.
No.
Yes, you were. Shut up.
No. Panic Room
Not really a horror movie, but definitely a home invasion movie.
also has a
Someone from Twilight.
yeah.
Yeah, and I guess she was playing a little girl, but that was a little boy, I thought, for a while.
Yes, 12-year-old little boy
No, but
with diabetes.
Kristen
Stewart.
yeah. Kirsten's the other,
Bella.
yeah, Bella. Ugh. She was actually good in Panic Room.
Oh, yeah.
And it was Jodie Foster, right? Yeah. Very good movie.
That was a great movie.
What's the next one on your list?
The next one on my list is the one you're gonna read.
Oh, it's my turn. Haha. Eye for an Eye. Now, technically not a home invasion movie. It has, I saw this at the theater.
Oh yeah.
It was great. If you don't mind that in the background you do hear the Macarena a little bit, and that'll send shivers down the spines of many people that were a teenager in the 90s like myself. Just because they're like, oh God, I remember that. But it's got, let's see, Sally Field was the mom.
Mm-hmm.
And what's his name from 24? Kiefer Sutherland was the bad guy in it. And he plays a really good bad guy. And it starts with him doing not really breaking in, delivering groceries to an underage person who he then
Rapes.
Yeah, well, I was going to try to say it politically correct because you know me and wanting to not trigger people. So I would say she was an unwilling sperm recipient.
Right.
But then at the end, Sally Field sets it up for him to home invade her, and she's ready for him.
Oh, yeah. And it was awesome.
It was.
I love that movie. When a Stranger Calls.
And it doesn't matter which version. There's an older one from like the 60s, and then there's one from, was it the 90s? I think it was the 90s.
Yeah.
And both of them were good. Basically, I'll talk about the one that I think we reviewed that for this show, didn't we?
I don't think we reviewed it.
Well, if we didn't, the one we watched was the remake, and this girl is babysitting in a house kind of out in the middle of nowhere next to a lake. It's a really expensive, nice house, lots of glass for doors and windows and such. And she gets these phone calls about checking on the children, and then someone comes in, and yeah, it's a home invasion movie.
Right.
But it's a really good one. Lakeview Terrace.
Also not really a horror movie, but
But
great
But it's a home invasion
about
movie.
that, yeah.
We're really picky about which ones we call horror movies. I would say The Purge and Strangers, definitely. The other ones we've mentioned so far,
Not really.
they're more thrillers. A lot of them will have you on the edge of your seat, though.
Eye for an Eye is definitely a thriller.
But Lakeview Terrace is a thriller. It involves a cop that's
Played
the
by
one.
Sam Jackson.
Yes. And he is the one
Doing
doing
the
stuff
invading.
to this couple and doing a home invasion in this movie. And he's like, what are you going to do? I'm a cop. No one's going to believe you, kind of stuff. And of course, a classic. He's going to say it in just a minute. But I will say, this is nothing but a home invasion movie.
At all.
I mean, it has all the elements. Breaking in, trying to take things that are valuable.
Harm coming to people
The
involved.
the person inside doing whatever they can to attack the people to prevent his being killed or harmed or whatever. And of course, that movie is
Home Alone.
absolutely Home Alone.
One of the best.
I mean, it's a great movie, and every element, it's done for laughs, but every element is a home invasion movie.
Oh, yeah.
Two people breaking in to rob and him defending himself with violence.
Oh, yeah. It's such a great movie. It's a classic. Everybody watches it.
And again, we said not all of these on the list. I mean, only two of them or When a Stranger Calls, I would say is a horror too. So 3 out of the 10 are horror. So if we're not just going to list horror movies, then there's no reason I can think of to leave Home Alone off that list.
The sequels suck, but
Yeah.
the first one of the best home invading movies I've ever seen.
100%. All right, now back to talking about the actual movie we're here to talk about. What was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene probably had to be when it's hard. I mean, I guess it's gonna have to be the same for both of mine. The crazy guy in the group of 4 or 3 or whatever guys.
I think it was
invading.
4, but one was outside.
Yes. So the crazy one. He was crazy, and I liked it.
You liked how psycho he was, considering that's the part that would bring any tension or fear more than any of the other characters.
Like I liked the crazy.
Okay. My favorite part was this mother literally, she loved to stab. And there was multiple times where she stabbed at these folks, but when she smashed was it a bottle of wine or?
Yeah, she was pouring herself a bottle of wine.
And stabbed the living crap out of this guy. And
Yeah.
it was awesome. And
yeah.
Not the last person she stabbed in the film.
First.
Was the first.
Yeah.
Was not the last.
Absolutely not.
So I liked that because I was like, okay, she's going to be a badass. And she was the best part of this movie. So I would say, actually, my favorite part of this movie was Gabrielle Union.
I mean, she was great.
Yeah, she's actually a really good actress, and it's,
My least favorite part
yes.
is that guy. Because he brings the right kind of crazy. He does not bring the right amount of crazy. He brings way too much crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're there to steal money.
Like,
and
even
the
if
first
you-
thing he jumps to is murder, murder, murder.
Yeah.
And, like,
Even if, wasn't that from an old episode of the Brady Bunch? Murder, murder, murder.
yes.
No?
Yeah.
Anyway.
But like the guy in charge is like, okay, we're here to get the money, tie the kids up, and we'll be on our way.
He's
we'll
like,
bounce.
hell no. They've seen our faces. They've got to die. And the guy's like, calm down. No, they don't. No, gotta murder them all. It's kind of like Pokemon, except instead of collecting them all, he wants to kill them all.
Oh yeah, and he's he's just too crazy. Like the rest of this movie, he really is off-putting.
Okay. My least favorite part was, again, the fact that every single thing that happens in this movie, I've seen done better in another movie. Not just those. I'm saying, the fact that I have an estranged father who left me a house. I've seen that done way better.
Oh yeah.
And that's not even specific to home invasion movies. I'm just saying everything that happened, I've seen done better somewhere else. And it was okay. She was really good. But I've seen every single thing multiple times better.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Just for my absolute love of home
The
invasion
genre?
movies,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give it a 5.
Okay.
And that's being very lenient.
It is. I'm going to go with 4, and that's because I've kind of had a crush on Gabrielle Union since I saw her as a cheerleader.
Because you're a little girl that watches those movies.
No, but she was actually of age when she did that movie, and your mom liked those movies. And I was like, well, at least there's something interesting.
Okay, so you're at a 4, I'm at a 5. That's the episode. The stuff over there. You can watch this show, Fact TV, Channel 8, Thursdays at 8:30 p.m., Fridays at 7 p.m.
You can email us at gorystorytime@yahoo.com.
You can like us on Facebook.
You can follow us on Twitter.
I'm at Jason T. Jakes, capital J, capital T, capital J.
Capital Key, really?
T,
You
I
didn't
said.
say. No, you didn't.
I said T.
No, you didn't.
I did in every other episode, so this one doesn't matter.
Yeah, which means you noticed it too. Mine's at Craig Jakes, all one word, all lowercase, etc., etc.
You can
And
like
I
Fact
also
TV on Facebook.
true, and you can like Gory Storytime on Facebook.
I said that.
You can go to my YouTube channel, which is all one word. It's Juggalo Jakes, and there's old episodes, like the first couple of episodes of this show. There's episodes of Daddy Issues. There's our 100th episode special, which is a slightly different version than the official version that ended
Yes.
up being aired. All uncensored. There's music videos. There's sketches that you and I did, one that your brother did. There's a bunch of stuff on there.
Bunch of stuff.
That's pretty much all I have to say about
So
that.
until next time, I'm your host, Jason.
I'm his co-host and his father, Craig.
And sweet dreams.